Have you ever heard of a man who wandered across Japan like a lone wolf, who won more than 60 real duels, and who turned his entire life into an endless quest for mastery? A warrior who needed no clan, no master, and not even fame. This was Miyamoto Musashi, and the samurai who discovered something few people understand even today. The greatest battle happens inside the mind. And today, you're going to hear his true story. Musashi wasn't born a hero. In fact, if you had seen him as a child, you'd never imagine he would become a legend. He grew up in a small village in a Japan torn by constant clan wars. His father, a skilled warrior, tried to train him. But Musashi was restless, impatient, explosive. Even by the standards of the era, he was considered undisciplined. Many historians say this rebellious nature shaped everything that followed. Musashi didn't want to follow anyone. He wanted to find his own path. At just 13 years old, he faced his first deadly duel. An adult samurai challenged him. Any other boy would have run away. But Musashi stepped forward without hesitation. He had no elegance, no refined technique. What he had was ferocity. With a single brutal strike, he defeated his opponent, and that changed everything. From that moment on, he chose to live for combat, not to kill but to evolve. It was the beginning of a journey no other samurai would ever repeat. Musashi became a Ronin, a masterless samurai, and like a wandering traveler, he crossed Japan for years, sleeping outdoors, training relentlessly, facing warriors of every style. He fought entire schools of swordsmanship, challenged famous masters, battled groups that tried to overwhelm him with numbers instead of skill. Sometimes he used a sword, sometimes a wooden stick, and in some duels, he improvised weapons on the spot. To many people, he seemed wild, a warrior who didn't follow traditional rules. But behind everything, there was purpose. Musashi believed true victory came from adaptation, from improvisation, from freedom. He didn't want to repeat moves. He wanted to understand what lay beyond them. It was during this journey that he created something that revolutionized Japanese swordsmanship. The two-sword style, one in each hand. Almost no one had done it before. Why? Because it required perfect balance, extreme coordination, and courage. Using one sword was already difficult. Using two at the same time? Almost impossible. But Musashi made it work. He believed that by mastering both sides of the body, a warrior also mastered both sides of the mind. Reason and instinct, calculation and emotion, calm and violence. His philosophy began attracting students and followers. But Musashi still wasn't satisfied. He wanted more than strength. He wanted transcendence. Over time, Musashi realized something that changed his entire view of combat. The sword is only a tool. The real battle happens before it even moves. He understood that fear, doubt, and anxiety were more dangerous than any opponent. So he began training not only his body but his mind. He meditated, observed silence, studied art, painting, strategy, architecture. He became more than a swordsman. He became a philosopher of war. Near the end of his life, Musashi faced his greatest opponent. Not a warrior, but time. After decades of duels and wandering, his body was worn out. He retreated to a cave called Regando to meditate and write. There he left his complete legacy in the Book of Five Rings, still studied today by soldiers, athletes, business leaders, and thinkers all over the world. In it, he reveals his deepest truth. The perception of the mind must go beyond the sight of the eyes. Musashi understood that the perfect warrior isn't the one who defeats others, but the one who defeats himself, and that was his greatest victory. Miyamoto Musashi died peacefully, sitting in meditation, holding his sword for the last time. But his story didn't end there. He became a symbol, a powerful reminder that discipline beats talent, courage beats fear, and the mind beats everything. So now I ask you, which inner battle are you ready to conquer today? Before you go, if you love ancient Japan, samurais, swordsmen, and legends like this one, I've prepared something special for you. Visit lostartifactsstudio.com and discover unique art and accessories inspired by Japanese culture.